Hey everybody, it's Haley and today we are making a heart-shaped cake, and I'm also going to be testing this viral buttercream recipe where it's supposed to be super smooth. Sometimes buttercream is not the best to decorate with because you can't get it super duper smooth like a whipped frosting. So we're going to test this and see if we can get the frosting super smooth with it. Obviously this cake would be perfect for Valentine's Day, but it could also work for a birthday, which is what I'm making it for, or like a girls' night, anniversary, whatever you want a heart-shaped cake for. Let's get started. First, we're gonna make the frosting. Okay, first for this frosting, you need 3 cups of powdered sugar, and I definitely recommend weighing this. So it's 360 grams. And then I'm gonna get some hot water. I literally boiled this, so it's very hot. And I'm gonna take a 1/4 cup plus 1/2 tablespoon. And we're gonna whisk this all together until it forms a really nice glaze and until it's not clumpy. This actually saved me a ton of time because normally I would sift my powdered sugar to make sure there's no lumps, but the hot water just dissolved it and I didn't need to sift it because look at how smooth it is. But if you're making a regular frosting, you definitely want to sift your powdered sugar. Now here I'm adding 4 sticks of room temperature unsalted butter. And then I'm also going to sprinkle in 1/2 teaspoon of salt since I'm using unsalted butter. And then using the whisk attachment on the stand mixer. And we're going to beat this on high until it's doubled in size and it should be pale and light. We're essentially just making whipped butter. Okay, I think it's a nice consistency now, very fluffy. Okay, now with the mixer on a low speed, I'm gonna drizzle in this powdered sugar glaze. Beautiful, very nice and smooth. Now I'm adding 2 teaspoons of this vanilla extract. I seriously love this vanilla. It's handmade and it just has such an amazing flavor compared to store-bought vanillas. And then a little bit of heavy cream. Okay, and then I'm just stirring it around one more time with my spatula after taking it off, just stirring it by hand. Look at this texture, so creamy. Okay, so now we are ready to frost. So I've got my cake turntable, and if you don't have one of these and you like to decorate cakes, you need to get one. This one has like a really sturdy metal base, better than having plastic because then it'll just slide around everywhere. And then I'm gonna get a wet paper towel, or you can also use like a tiny silicone mat or like one of those kitchen liners and put that on my board. And then put my cake board on top, so that the cake board doesn't slide around. And then I'm gonna take a tiny dab of frosting with my tiny offset spatula, lay that onto the cake board, and then I'm gonna place my first cake on it. And I actually froze my cakes because when you're decorating a cake, you need it to be cold so that it's sturdy and it's not gonna fall apart while you're frosting it. But if you refrigerate your cake, you're gonna dry it out so much. So just stick it in the freezer, and then it helps really lock in all that moisture and make it easier to decorate. I think I'm gonna start with this one because this one's on the bottom. Wait, can I stack it like this? Hang on. Like that? Yeah, that'll work. Smells so yummy. These are strawberry heart cakes. So cute, right? I'll put the recipe for the strawberry cake in the description box. And then I'm just gonna put a thin layer of frosting onto the cake. And then since this is a strawberry cake, I'm gonna do a very thin layer of these sliced strawberries. But you can also just do no strawberries, of course. Okay, and then I'm gonna put my next cake layer on and I'm gonna repeat the same thing. And by the way, the flavor of this frosting was amazing. Of course, I had to taste test it to make sure it was okay. And the flavor was almost like a Swiss buttercream. It was so buttery and not overly sweet like an American buttercream. And then my last cake layer I'm going to place on top upside down. Also, I've trimmed all of these, so when they come out of the oven they're a little bit domed, and then you just have to take a serrated knife and level it off. That way you can get that super flat cake. Wow, this is a tall cake. Way taller than I thought. And then I'm also going to use my bench scraper to go around the edges. And this helps since it's a taller cake. Also, I'm so sorry but my camera cut out and didn't film me starting the crumb coat, but here I'm finishing up the crumb coat. What you do is you take some frosting and start out on the top and then smooth it down to the sides. And this is not going to be the final layer, so it's okay for it to be really thin. You're really just coating the cake with a thin layer of frosting to capture all the crumbs, and then we're going to put it in the freezer, and it's going to get a lot better after you frost it the second time. Alright, now trust me, I know it looks crazy right now and it looks like kind of ugly, but that's why we do a crumb coat. You have to do the crumb coat, and we're going to stick it in the freezer for like maybe 5 minutes, and then we're going to frost the rest of it. But I took my cake out of the freezer now, and I have dyed my frosting pink so that I can decorate it with a pink color, and I just barely started putting it on the top, and now I'm going to finish frosting. When you're frosting a cake, it's actually very helpful to put your frosting into a piping bag, even if you're not going to do any intricate piping, because then I can just go around the edge like this. So I'm going to put my frosting into this piping bag. So first I'm piping the frosting all over the sides, and then I'm going to use either a bench scraper or offset spatula to smooth it out. And let's be real, you know I was frosting this cake for a while, trying to get all the sides perfect and smooth. In my opinion, heart-shaped cakes are one of the harder ones to frost because they have to be round but also have sharp edges. Then I'm using a small star tip and kind of going in a swirly half heart motion and slightly layering them on top of each other to get a cute border. Also, the color looked way more pink in person, so not sure why it's kind of looking more coral on the camera. And here I actually scraped off a section of my border because I didn't like it and I wanted to redo it. And then after I finished the top border, I just did the exact same thing for the bottom border. You always want to do a bottom border to make it look more professional. Then I'm using an Edico 101 tip for the tiny hearts. You can see the thicker parts, the top part of the heart, the thin parts, the bottom, and that's how it looks. So cute. And ta-da! The cake is all done. It's so cute. I'm also going to write something on the top, but here is it finished without the writing. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe and give this video a like. Let me know in the comments what videos you want to see, and I'll see you next time. Bye!